That's why, you know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
Katt Williams just lit another fire, and this one's explosive. He's not done calling out the madness happening behind the scenes in the industry. Word on the street is, Katt's got some serious tea on what really went down between Diddy and Nipsey Hussle. And it's way deeper than anyone thought. Nobody knows for sure how Diddy's trial is gonna unfold. But what's clear is this: the truth is bubbling up fast, and a bunch of these wild theories might finally get answered. One of the biggest questions now: what kind of game was Diddy really playing? And how did Nipsey end up tangled in it? Plus, how is Katt Williams connected to all this? It's like a twisted puzzle, and every piece is messier than the last. Now get this, Lauren London's name is being thrown around in Diddy's federal case. People are wondering how she even got pulled into the drama, and why she's in the middle of all this chaos. But here's the jaw dropper. Insiders are saying Lauren had been aware of Diddy's shady moves for years. That's right, she knew what he was doing to Cassie and still stayed quiet. Some folks even believe Lauren was one of Diddy's girls at one point, just like Young Miami. That theory's been circling for a while, and it's got some receipts backing it up. So here's the real kicker. If all that's true, how in the world did she still go and introduce Nipsey to Diddy? And no, this ain't just Jaguar Wright running her mouth. Nipsey himself backed it up. He's straight. The streets, and a whole lot of Nipsey's fans, don't believe Lauren was just some loyal girlfriend standing in the shadows. Nah, some are saying she played a way deeper role than anyone expected. Could it be she was actually planted to keep tabs on Nipsey? Word is, she might have been Diddy's secret eyes and ears, watching his every move, making sure he didn't step out of line. And it doesn't end there. The connection between Nipsey and Diddy ran deep. In one interview, Diddy even said, "Nipsey wanted to learn from me, how I did my business, how I made my moves." That line right there sounds innocent until you look closer. 'Cause now folks are asking, what exactly was Diddy teaching Nipsey? And why does it sound so sketchy in hindsight? Now jump to the moment that broke hearts across the world, Nipsey's tragic death. Suddenly, everyone started revisiting that Diddy connection, wondering if his influence on Nipsey was more damaging than helpful. And now Katt Williams just added fuel to the fire. And this man is not sugarcoating anything. Katt's claiming that artists who get tied up with Diddy always end up paying a heavy price. It's not just talk, just look at the track record. Cassie, Trauma, Meek Mill, Legal Chaos, YK Osiris, Humiliated. French Montana, Surrounded by Shady Whispers. Craig Mack, Gone Too Soon, Danity Kane, Completely Broken. Each one's got a story soaked in pain. So when you look at all that, Nipsey's link to Diddy feels way more dangerous than anyone originally thought. People are straight up side-eyeing this so-called mentorship Diddy had with Nipsey. And the vibes are mad suspicious.
I cracked you up.
Now that old clips of Nipsey and Diddy are popping back up, the whispers are getting loud. Like maybe Diddy's interest in Nipsey wasn't just about business. One resurfaced video's got folks talking like crazy. Diddy is seen licking his lips and zooming in on Nipsey like he's checking him out, while Nipsey's just there, totally chill, vibing to beats in the studio, looking clueless to what's really going down. That moment alone had people screaming, "What the hell was Diddy on?" And don't forget, Katt Williams already warned us. He said he turned down $50 million not once, but 4 times just to keep his dignity. That's a serious move. And he claimed Diddy tried to reel him into something dark, but Katt wasn't having it. He walked away without blinking. Even Terrence Howard spoke out. Said things started off all professional with Diddy, but then it got weird, fast. Terrence bounced before it turned into a full-blown mess. That says a lot. Now folks are piecing things together. And it's looking like Diddy might have tried to cross a line with Nipsey. And when Nipsey didn't play along, Boom. Tension. Serious tension. And the Lauren London piece just throws more gasoline on this fire. Old pics show her looking real cozy with Diddy. And here's the wildest part. Nipsey's in the background looking like a third wheel in his own relationship. Then after Nipsey's death, Lauren did that interview with Angie Martinez. And what she said took things from uncomfortable to just flat out bizarre. Lauren said something in that Angie Martinez interview that had everyone doing a double take. She claimed it was Diddy who helped her through the grief after Nipsey's passing. Sounds innocent, right? But then she dropped a line that sent chills down spines. Diddy told her, "Look, boo, you've shown everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now, show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility." Wait, what? That ain't something you say to someone mourning their soulmate and calling her boo? That was Nipsey's name for her. So why is Diddy using it unless their connection went way deeper than anyone knew? That little detail lit up a whole storm of red flags. See, Nipsey was out here moving different, trying to stay away from the snakes in Hollywood, doing his own thing, building his empire with heart and integrity. But Lauren...
And Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after,
She already had deep ties. She had access to the industry elites. And when she brought Nipsey into Diddy's world, everything started to spiral. Then came the chilling claims from former Bad Boy insider Gene Deal. He said there are certain requests in the industry you just don't make. He revealed that Nipsey once told him he wanted his music to have the same energy as Biggie's Life After Death album. Now pause and let that marinate. Life After Death dropped right after Biggie was gone. Gene believes that wish sealed Nipsey's fate. The moment Diddy got his claws in, things started shifting. Nipsey stopped focusing on music and started spending more and more time at Diddy's mansion. That's when everything changed, and not in a good way. It's like Diddy tightened his grip on Nipsey, and fans could feel the shift. Suddenly, Nipsey looked drained, stressed, like he was carrying a weight he couldn't talk about. He wasn't the same. People started picking up on the changes. The light in his eyes was dimming. Maybe Diddy realized he couldn't control Nip, a sharp revolutionary voice from the streets who refused to play the Hollywood game. And now the rumors are flying. Folks are saying Diddy had his eye on Lauren, even while Nipsey was still alive. Word is he figured once Nipsey was out the way, she'd be next in line. But let's not get it twisted. Diddy doesn't treat his women like queens, no matter what image he tries to sell. Look at how he did Cassie. Years under his control, barely any freedom. That wasn't love. That was manipulation.
Like Nip came to me and said, "I want you to mentor me, I want to get into real estate, I want you to teach me all your, like your business secrets," you know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap.
And Kim Porter, the mother of his children, passed away after years of emotional distress, allegedly caused by Diddy's toxic ways. So when people say he was lining up Lauren for some dream romance, nah. This was never about love. This was always about power. People who know Diddy say his grief game is all performance. When Biggie died, he dropped a tear-jerking tribute, then launched his solo career right off that moment. Straight up turned pain into profit. When Kim passed, suddenly he was the spiritual single dad, family man in white, even though he was still out doing shady things. And when Nipsey died, Diddy jumped on social media, preaching about Lauren's healing journey, trying to paint himself as some wise mentor. But behind that legacy talk, folks saw through the act. Diddy was sliding into a spotlight he never earned, and using someone else's tragedy to do it. Every time someone powerful passes, Diddy somehow finds a way to slide right into the center of the tragedy, like clockwork. So here's the real question. Was Diddy setting himself up for another legacy-building moment after Nipsey was gone? People are whispering that he saw Nipsey as an easy pawn, someone to prop up, then capitalize on when the time was right. But Diddy couldn't make those moves alone. And now, all eyes are shifting toward Lauren. Yeah, folks are pointing fingers. Someone had to open the door for Diddy to get that close, and the timelines got people talking loud. Lauren brought Nipsey into Diddy's world, and everything changed. And Katt Williams, he saw this coming way before it hit the news, before the arrests, before the feds even blinked. Katt knew the trap was bigger than just wild parties or shady contracts. He said it was all a setup, built on manipulation, blackmail, and control, and trust. The internet isn't holding back. One user came out and said straight up, Lauren was set up to be with Nip by Diddy. That comment hit hard, especially when folks remembered Lauren thanked Puff during Nipsey's funeral. That moment alone had people connecting dots they hadn't dared to before. And the theories just keep coming. Another user wrote, Diddy did the big what he's doing again. He got on the album, planned the move, and kept the money and royalties. With Diddy's past full of violent accusations and shady manipulation, fans are now asking the big question. Will Lauren ever step up and testify in court? Because if she does...
What y'all doing? Lauren! Cassandra! What are you doing? Want some blue dot?
Everything might blow wide open. If Lauren ever takes the stand, it could crack the whole case wide open because she's been closer to all the key players than anyone else. And now people are asking, what does she really know? Was she just caught in the middle, or was she closer to the setup than she's ever admitted? One thing's for sure, the silence is getting louder. Lauren's been moving low-key since Nipsey's death, but behind the scenes, folks say she's still connected to the same Hollywood circles that are now under fire. And with Diddy facing wave after wave of allegations, the pressure's building for her to speak up. Meanwhile, Katt Williams keeps dropping bombs. In his latest rants, he hinted that more names are about to get exposed. Names that would shock even the most plugged-in insiders. Katt said the circle of silence around Diddy is finally breaking. And once it does, all the secrets people thought would stay buried are about to surface. And let's not forget, Lauren's image has always been squeaky clean. Loyal, classy, grieving mother. But now, with old photos, resurfaced videos, and strange connections being dragged into the light, the internet's starting to peel back that image, wondering what might be underneath. There's already talk about prosecutors eyeing people close to Diddy. People who might have helped him cover his tracks, whether knowingly or not. If Lauren's name keeps coming up in the investigation, she won't be able to stay silent forever. And when that moment comes, if she flips, if she talks, the whole Diddy empire might just come crashing down. Now here's where it gets even crazier. Insiders are saying federal investigators have already started digging into Diddy's inner circle. And guess who's allegedly on their radar? Yep, Lauren. Sources claim she's being watched not just for what she knows, but for how much she might have helped without even realizing it. Think about it. If Diddy was really grooming Nipsey for something bigger, using Lauren as the bridge, then her role in all of this ain't just emotional, it's strategic. And get this, the feds are apparently looking into financial trails too. There's chatter that some gifts and business favors handed out by Diddy to certain celebrities weren't just friendly gestures. They might have been hush money, silence contracts, loyalty payments.
Next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at him, like waiting. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to f you. That's what my assistant said. I was like, oh, now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you notice to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers coming to make the approach and you punch them in the mouth, threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're gonna get a real reaction. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man.
And if Lauren received anything during that window of time, she could be called in to explain exactly what it was for. Now mix that with the fact that more victims and whistleblowers are coming forward every week. Diddy's ex-bodyguards, former assistants, industry people who've been quiet for years, they're finally speaking out. And with every new statement, the story keeps tightening around the same themes: manipulation, control, coercion, and secrets that involve way more people than anyone expected. And Katt Williams? He's already warned that some of these folks who've stayed quiet too long are about to catch strays. He said, "If you stood beside the snake, don't act surprised when folks say you were part of the bite." So now, everybody's watching Lauren. Will she get caught in the fallout? Will she stay loyal to Diddy or finally spill the truth? Because if she talks, the game changes instantly. Now, here's the part that's got the streets buzzing. Insiders say Diddy's entire network is collapsing from the inside. His right-hand people flipping, former party guests talking. And now folks are wondering, how long before Lauren's name is officially pulled into the courtroom? It's not just speculation anymore. Prosecutors are reportedly building a list of key witnesses, and Lauren's connections to both Nipsey and Diddy put her right in the middle of this twisted web. She was there for the private moments. She knew who was in the room. She might even know what really went down behind those mansion doors. And here's the twist. Diddy's not just worried about the feds. He's panicking about who's going to betray him next. Word is, he's been calling up old friends trying to lock down silence. But some of them, they're already negotiating deals to stay out of the line of fire. Katt Williams said it best. The industry ain't protecting him no more. The shield's gone. Folks are tired of the secrets, the manipulation, the power plays, and now that real pressure is being applied, people are scrambling to distance themselves. Nobody wants to be the last one defending a sinking ship. As for Lauren, if she testifies, it's not just Diddy that goes down. Her words could unravel a whole network, names, places, timelines, all of it exposed. And that's exactly why this case ain't just about one man. It's about an entire system that's been thriving in the shadows.
Now, you taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as life after death. That same feel was that Biggie got and he went on to sell about 10 million albums or 10 million copies. I was saying, you gotta watch what you say to demons, because it just might come true.
If Lauren steps forward, she won't just be breaking silence. She'll be triggering an earthquake the industry can't ignore. With every new leak, the walls are closing in on Diddy, and now the focus is shifting to the enablers. People who were close enough to know something, but stayed silent. And guess who's right there in the crosshairs? Lauren London. See, it's no longer just about who did what, it's about who let it happen. And the internet's been digging, analyzing old interviews, watching body language, decoding what was said, and what was left out. That Angie Martinez interview? Folks say Lauren was holding back. She looked too polished, too rehearsed, almost like she knew where not to go. And that's why the public's turning up the heat. If she had knowledge of the mess Diddy was involved in, whether it was with Nipsey, Cassie, or the others, why didn't she speak up sooner? Was she scared? Was she complicit? Or was she trying to protect her own image while others suffered? Even more unsettling, rumors are swirling that Lauren might have seen things at Diddy's parties. Things that could make her a primary witness. And with new lawsuits popping up left and right, the pressure for her to talk is hitting a boiling point. Katt Williams already warned that this isn't just a scandal, it's a full-blown cleansing. He said, this ain't just about exposing Diddy. This is about every hand that helped him hide it. So now we wait. Will Lauren step into the spotlight and speak her truth? Or will she stay quiet and let the streets keep writing the story for her? Because at this point, silence is starting to sound a whole lot like guilt. So what's the truth? Was Lauren just another victim caught in the middle? Or was she playing the game the whole time? And Diddy, was he the puppet master pulling strings behind the scenes? What really happened to Nipsey? This rabbit hole runs deep, and we've only scratched the surface. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear it all. The theories, the receipts, the connections. Because trust, this story is far from over. And if you're here for the raw truths, the unfiltered heat, and the boldest breakdowns, go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to know what's really going down. Click on that next video showing up on your screen, and I'll catch you in the next one.